Hey, 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 what's going on, my dongers? So, guess what? It is officially the beginning of flowering season here at Tropical Ding Dong Lifestyles. So this is our first vanilla flower of the season. And we were just over at Screaming Gecko Vanilla Farms earlier this week, and they've got several flowers coming out at this point. And it looks like it's time for Tropical Ding Dong to get a few flowers going on as well. Now, this is the first flower that we're seeing, but you can see we've got a couple other places here on the vines that we're getting some flowers. Here's another one right here. We might have shown this one off the other day. Can't quite get it in focus. I'll come around. But we've got several blossoms coming up on what's our oldest vine, which is the Haleiwa variety. We've been tracking this plant now for about 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. It was the first plant we planted in the yard, and we've already gotten vanilla off of it once. Here's another soon-to-be flower. And yeah, so what's really excellent about all of this is even though we're only a quarter of a mile away from Screaming Gecko Farms, we are almost a month behind in terms of the onset of flowering. Now that being said, Screaming Gecko Farms doesn't have the Haleiwa variety. They have mostly Ka'ala and Pahoa as the varieties that they're growing. So what we did in partnership with Screaming Gecko Farms is we both bought matching weather stations. And so what's excellent about this is we're going to have the data on the time to flowering in terms of growing degree days. And last summer, if you were following the channel, you know that we were running some experiments on the rate at which different varieties of vanilla were able to establish and get growing. So in combination with this flowering data, we should have almost everything we need to do, or almost everything we need to put together a growing degree day model to predict both vegetative patterns of growth as well as timing of flowering for vanilla here on Oahu. So this is a brief update. Not going to be pollinating anything today. It's going to be a couple weeks before I have anything available for that. But once it's time for that, we'll get some great footage of that, and we should have vanilla available for harvest probably in October. And we've got a couple apothecaries we're looking at partnering with to do a very small run of some medicinals that are going to come out. More on that later. But yeah, that's your update, Tropical Ding Dong Lifestyle, and have a good one. Later.